Hey everyone, welcome back to the Writer's Canvas, where we break down tips and tricks to help make your writing more immersive and engaging. Today, we're kicking off a brand new series, the Villain series. Villains have captivated readers for centuries, and let's be real, they're often more interesting than the hero. A great villain doesn't just create conflict, they define it. They push the hero, raise the stakes, and leave an impact long after the story ends. But what really makes a villain great? Do they need a tragic backstory? Do they have to be sympathetic? No. What matters is conviction, consistency, and impact. A villain doesn't need a deep, soul-crushing reason to be bad. They just need a reason that they believe in, and that belief is what makes them compelling. Let's break it down. Villains don't wake up one day and say, "Guess I'll be evil today." Well, maybe some do, but they still need a reason. Every villain has a why, but that why doesn't need to be sympathetic or deep. Some are driven by power, greed, or survival. Others? Boredom, a superiority complex, or the simple thrill of getting away with it. What makes a villain compelling isn't the complexity or clarity of their motivation. It's how much it matters to them and how unwavering they are in it. As long as their actions align with their worldview, they can captivate an audience, no matter how irrational or petty their reasoning may seem. The key isn't making their motive understandable, it's making it believable to them. And the best part? Readers don't need to know every detail to be hooked. You do. When you fully grasp the why, you'll naturally weave in clues, subtle gestures, offhand remarks, choices that feel inevitable, that readers will devour. This depth and mystery will keep them engaged without ever needing a grand monologue to spell it out. In the end, it's the villain's conviction that makes them unforgettable. Whether their motive is deeply personal or shockingly shallow, consistency brings them to life. The more personal their drive, the greater their impact. Give them layers, hidden vulnerabilities, a moral code that, though twisted, feels authentic. Complexity doesn't mean they have to be sympathetic or redeemable, only that they possess depth. When crafting your villain, delve into their inner world. What fuels them? What haunts them? Do they ever waver, questioning their own path? These cracks in their resolve create opportunities for tension, making them all the more compelling. Some of the best villains have contradictions. Maybe they'll burn a city to the ground but refuse to harm an innocent child. Maybe they justify their crimes as necessary while secretly hating themselves for it. These little details don't make them good, they just make them interesting. Show these moments through actions. A villain who hesitates, who flinches at a memory, or who follows a personal code gives readers something to latch onto. Even villains who revel in their evil can have vulnerabilities. It's all about making them feel real. Even the smallest cracks in a villain's facade can add layers to their character, making their conflict with the hero more than just a clash of opposing forces. It becomes a test of ideals, fears, and self-perception. The best villains aren't just hurdles for the hero to jump over. They're mirrors reflecting everything the hero fears, doubts, and struggles to accept about themselves. They don't just create external conflict, they force an internal battle, making the hero question their values, choices, and strengths. A great villain pushes the hero to their limits, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. They highlight the hero's weaknesses, exploit their vulnerabilities, and force them to evolve. Without a strong villain, the hero's journey lacks weight. It's through these trials, through this reflection of what they could become or what they must overcome, that the hero truly grows. Think about it. How does the villain's belief system clash with the hero's? How do their actions force the hero to confront their weaknesses? What personal stakes does the hero have in defeating them? This clash doesn't always have to be a battle of swords or fists. Some of the most intense conflicts come from different ideologies, manipulation, or forcing the hero into impossible choices. A great villain should mean something to the hero. Villains force their protagonists to face their limits, reassess their morals, or rise above their weaknesses. You want a powerful villain? Show their competence. Let them outsmart the hero, achieve a significant victory, or use their manipulation to shift the balance of power. Their actions should leave a mark on the story. Unless you're writing a comedy, your villain is not stupid. They absolutely do not want the hero to win. They will do everything in their power to ensure the hero's defeat. They don't wait around for the hero to catch up. They manipulate, outmaneuver, and force the hero onto the back foot at every turn. A great villain understands the battlefield. Whether it's a war zone, a courtroom, or a battle of wits, they own it. They create an atmosphere of tension, proving time and time again that they are a force to be reckoned with. If your hero wins too easily, your villain wasn't doing their job. Make them fight for it. Make them fail. Let them struggle. That's what makes a villain feel real and dangerous. They're not just here to hand the hero an easy win. They should be actively working against the protagonist, planning, adapting, and refusing to go down without a fight. A villain who fumbles at the last second just to give the hero an easy victory is weak, and it's lazy storytelling. The best villains make the hero earn their victory and make readers doubt whether they'll succeed at all. A villain's reputation can be just as powerful as their direct actions. Some of the most chilling villains barely show up at all, but their influence is everywhere. Even when they're not on the page, readers should feel them. Maybe the hero walks into a town still reeling from the villain's last visit. Maybe allies are terrified at the mere mention of their name. The more you weave their influence through the story, the stronger their presence will feel, even if they only show up in a few key moments. Nothing weakens a villain more than inconsistency. If they make choices that contradict their established character just to serve the plot, they will feel hollow. To keep your villains solid, know what they want most and why. Define their personal rules and limits. Keep their actions rooted in their belief. Consistency doesn't mean they can't grow, but any change should feel earned. If a villain suddenly has a change of heart, it needs to be because of their experiences, not because the plot demands it. Their beliefs should drive their actions, and when those beliefs are challenged, the fallout should be meaningful. At its core, a great villain has a strong motivation, even if it's absurd. They believe in it. Layers and depth. They don't need to be redeemable, just real. A personal connection to the hero. They challenge the protagonist on a deep level. Competence. They force the hero to earn their victory. A lasting presence. They shape the story even when they're not physically present. And consistency. Their action aligns with their beliefs. Building a memorable villain takes time, but the payoff is totally worth it. This is just the beginning of the villain series. We'll dive into different types of villains, how to craft their arcs, and even tackle villain dialogue later down the road. This is a wrap on this episode of The Writer's Canvas. If you had fun or learned something new, don't forget to tap the like button, share it with your fellow wordsmiths, and hit subscribe to keep the inspiration rolling. Got a topic you're dying to see covered? Drop it in the comments below. I'm always up for a good writing challenge. If you want to keep the conversation going and hang out with me and some other amazing writers, come join the community Discord. Or if you want to support the channel and grab some exclusive writing content, check out my Ko-fi. Links are in the description below. Until next time, keep creating, keep dreaming, and keep telling stories only you can tell. Happy writing!